are in one touch solution to every problem, and you are welcome again in the book of First Samuel, chapter 4, verse 18 to 22. We have a peculiar story, a situation where Eli, the high priest, when he heard that the Philistines have captured the ark of God, the powerhouse of God, and then he slumped and died. And at the same time, his son that was in the battlefield, he also had the news that he's dead. And now the wife of his son that was dead, Phinehas, also was at the point of giving birth to a child. And then when he had these two ugly stories, she declared with her mouth that the glory have departed from Israel. Ichabod, the glory have departed. And then she gave birth, and even when the midwife was telling her that she is having a man child, she still believed that the glory have departed from Israel because the act of God has been taken away. And then in Second King chapter 6, verse 24 to 7 to 1, we have a particular situation where Samaria was besieged. Samaria was besieged, that things went already. There was famine, no food, nothing. And then it got to the situation where women are now bringing out their child, they boil their child, and then they eat their child. And then these two women got together and said, okay, let's boil my own today, and tomorrow we boil your own. And they have this evil agreement. And they did boil a child of the other woman, and they ate it by tomorrow. The other one has hidden his own child. And then the king was passing through the wall, and then he has to report this to the king. And the king got angry and then said that this is the hand of God. Because of this, he went after the prophet of God, Elisha. Elisha was with the elder in his heart, and he told them what the evil king wanted to do. And then he told them that he have sent an emissary. And when the emissary first come, they withheld him, and then they told him that he must stay there, and then the king come. And then this is what we are talking, from story to glory. From story to glory. Your story will change when you understand this and follow it to glory, because your glory must manifest. And then when the king came, Elisha told him by this time tomorrow that food will be surplus at the gate of Samaria. And then he couldn't believe it. And then the man that leaned on his hand, or whose hand the king leans, said, even if God can open the windows of heaven, can this be true? And then he knew that God can open the windows of heaven, but he doubted God. And Elijah said, no nonsense prophet. He told him, oh, you will see it with your eyes, but you will not partake out of it. And the man was trampled to death when it happens on the morrow. Praise the name of the Lord. The very reason why we are here is to change the pattern from story to glory. Change pattern from story to glory. We see this change of placement when Mordecai was to be executed. Then Haman has planned against Mordecai in Esther chapter 6, verse 1 to 11. And then in the night, the king was so troubled by God that he has to bring order to bring the book of record. And I saw where Mordecai has saved the king from death. I said, what was done for him? And said, nothing. Now the Haman was at the court, and the king called in and said, who is there? They said, Haman is here. He said, bring him in. And they brought him in. And he said, what can we do for a person that have done this to be honored? And Haman said, what should be done? And he said, go and do it to Mordecai. And then his enemy has to now array him with honor. That is why I know that your enemy will witness your glory, because your story is changing for best. No matter what you're passing through, your story is changing for best. We can also see that where the servants are walking barefooted, the servants are walking, are riding on horseback, and the princes are walking barefooted. That is an error. But you are reverting back to you as a prince of God, walking, riding on horses, and while the servant goes back where they belong. So in this time of the year, in this time of hardship all over, you are coming out victoriously when you believe God. Believe God that He can change every situation at the instant of His at the instance of His pronouncement from heaven. Once heaven says it, it is all over. Therefore, just believe God that your story is changing to glory. Praise the name of the Lord. And follow us in our YouTube, in our Facebook, and you see the glory of God. We want to hear from you. Subscribe to our YouTube, and then the glory of God will continue to shine.